Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now here we are in the reception of the Morning Market Yilan. Actually, as you can see now here, it's a lady dress shop. But why it's become a reception center? Actually, this is my home. I grew up here for, my mom owns these shops for more than 40 years. And I grew up in this Morning Market Yilan. So when I return to this morning market, we try to revitalize here. And when we bring international guests and students come to the morning market as a school to teach, to do the field study. So now let me introduce you a little bit of what we have in this reception center. Okay, so as you can see here, why myself called young grandpa? Okay, actually I'm a farmer. I'm producing purple rice in Yilan. And then so far, I feel this is the most iconic dress for a Taiwanese farmer. So this one, we call this shirt made from bamboo fiber. And then when we wear this, we need this long pants. And then always the elder told us, we have to roll one leg up and then the other side down so that we can make a more authentic atmosphere. So it's more Taiwanese style. And then also, as you can see, this sandal, this orange color sandal. And some of you, maybe you noticed that there's a flag here, okay? And then this flag is Dutch flag. Eh? Why Taiwanese sandal? We have a Dutch flag on it. Okay, so before, during agriculture period, Taiwanese grandpa or grandma, they wore maybe grass sandal or maybe just barefoot. Okay, but during in the industrial period, so we have a lot of rubber or in plastic sandal. So during that time, we had this one, okay? And then, but we always have a saying now, since we are already living in a global village. So there's a term that's globalization. Global and the localization combined, globalization. We find a story that in Taiwan, when the first Portuguese came to Taiwan, they call us Formosa, Ilha Formosa. That means beautiful Taiwan. And then after that, Spanish came to Taiwan, and then we have Dutch as well, and then Japanese, American, and we had a lot of ancestors from mainland China. And then in this island, Taiwanese island, we had more than 16 different indigenous tribes here. And then now, more and more people living in Southeast Asia came to Taiwan to live with us. So in Taiwan, we had already connected to the world since the history. So that's why the more we know more deeply about Taiwanese culture, the more we have stories to tell you guys that we have a relation to you, because in the past, we already connect to you. So why we dress this? This shirt is related to Japanese. When Japanese colonial period, Japanese came to Taiwan, because Japan temperature is temperate, it's still warm. But when they came to Taiwan, it's so humid, it's so hot. So they need to wear this inside their suits so as to make them comfortable. And then a Taiwanese grandpa, during Japanese colonial period, so they get used to it. So now, many Taiwanese young grandpa, they still wear this. So that's their habit. Okay, so we also have a musical angel. Actually, this is my wife. She's a singer. So maybe you already watched the music video that she made a song for Taiwanese morning market or for the farmers as well. Okay, so now we have more and more new dress. So we have blue color. We have this green color. So Taiwanese young people like these two very much. But for international guests, they like this authentic color, classical color, white color. Okay, and then of course, this tower, And then you guys know this one? It's very famous. We call this Taiwan LOV. Why is Taiwan LOV? Okay, actually the traditional color is this one. And then there's a saying that if you want to pass down one culture, you need to use this culture. So that Taiwanese idea, and the young people think, how can we pass this traditional bag for the farmers? So they make another color like this one to make souvenirs. So actually now many international guests, when they come to Morning Market Yilan, they will buy this as a gift for friends when they go back home. So this we call, they call this, it's very strong. You can use this for a very long time. So they call this Taiwan LOV bag. Okay, all right. And then of course, as you can see now, this one, the Taiwanese sandal, but this one is related to Netherlands, the Netherlands. Okay, the Dutch flag here. So a lot of the image of Eastern culture, the bamboo. And the point is that behind this sandal, we have a lot of holes here. And this hole is very important. It prevents you to become slippery. So it's safe for you, young grandpa, for the elders. So that's why now still many old people will wear this one to prevent him from fall down. Okay, so this is one of the stories we'd like to share with you. Okay. And then now Yilan is so-called the rain capital. So we have these raincoats for different color. So, and then it's thin, it's not so thick. So it's comfortable for you guys. Especially Taiwan is famous, so many scooters. So when we ride scooters, we will wear this one and then to prevent him from the rain. Okay, so one more thing I would like to introduce to you is that if you are able to come here in person, I recommend you can also learn how to make this mask cover, or you can make this bowl cover, even a phone bag. Because now my mom owns this clothes shop. What we are going to do during this COVID-19 pandemic, we try to revitalize this space because we did have less and less customer came. So we try to revitalize this. And then here, now it becomes a DIY classroom. So my mom had this machine, this stitching machine. Okay, so you can come here to make your own bag, to experience being a tailor. Okay, and then this is my mom, spicy mom. My mom is really good at cooking. So the next time when you come, you can share. I will share my mom's, the world's best cuisine with you guys. Okay, and then this is my mom. So she is still busy making this bag. So next time, if you come in person, you can also learn how to make this bag just like this one. Okay, like this one. Yeah, you can make your own bag, shopping bag. So this is one of the activity you can join us in this morning market, Yilan. Okay, any questions so far? All right, next I will show you the vegetable vendor. This is another classroom in this morning market, Yilan. Okay, so Japuen. Now it's lunchtime for the vendors. So let me introduce you here. For us, it's a classroom. Why it is classroom here? Okay, so many vegetables here. How many do you know? How many can you recognize? Okay, for me, it's a classroom actually. So for example, many people come to Yilan, they will come to buy this one. Do you know what's this one? This is spring onion or green onion. Okay, so Yilan is famous of this one because the white part of this green onion is very long, longer than another place in Taiwan. Okay, so chef in the kitchen, they prefer this one because it's more juicy and more flavor here. So the longer here it is, the price is higher. And in Yilan, because we have too much rain, there's no farmer will we hope their vegetables will be covered by the water. So they will make their trench or make their gardens, the soil higher. So that's why we have this longer one, because they produce this deeper. If the soil higher, then they will need to produce this deeper. So we have this one. We call it Sanxin. Sanxin is the name of the location. Some Sanxin spring onion. Okay? And this one, do you know what's this? Yeah. I think some of you have already eaten this one. Eggplant. I remember one of the Americans came here. He asked me one question. What is this? Why? What is this? You guys know this is eggplant. But egg is egg, the round shape. But why our eggplant is long shape? So the idea is different. So in Taiwan, we have a saying, if you want the kids to know more about agriculture, know more about the ingredients or the food, it's better they can come to morning markets to know which vegetables, what it is, all at a time, just in the morning market. So in America, they have a round one. But in Taiwan, in Asia, we have long one. So long one, usually how do you eat this one? In Taiwan, we will stir fry, we will deep fry, and then dip with soy sauce. But in Western, maybe they will bake, they will grill, or they will make lasagna as well. Okay, so different culture have different way to eat these vegetables. It's based on how the shape it is. So how taste, the way we eat will be different. Okay, so any questions so far? Any vegetables you don't know? Okay. You guys know loofah. So some of you, if you wash clothes, you will have the loofah to wash the fiber. Actually, when we have this young gourd, loofah gourd, we can eat this one. It's very soft, and the taste of nuts. The smell will be the nuts flavor. Okay, but when it got ripe, the fiber will become very tough. So we can collect this fiber to wash clothes or wash the body. So we call this loofah gourd. Okay, all right. So you know bamboo shoot. And then do you know what's this one? Well, it's not common for you guys, but in Taiwan, we do have a lot of this. This is a chives flower. Chives flower. We eat this flower, we stir fry. It's better we can stir fry with squids or just stir fry directly with oil only. Okay, and then it tastes sweet and crunch. So this is chives flower. Okay, all right. If you have any question, you can still ask me, then we can introduce you. Also, we can ask the master here. They can introduce how they eat this here in Taiwan. Okay, all right. Japan. Guys, do you like garlics? Here we have, they call liang jiang. Longan. She is asking me what is that, the English name of that. Do you know what's that? That's longan. In Taiwanese, we call liang jiang. Liang jiang is longan. Okay, so it's a tropical fruit. 无，阮搭是伫甲网络顶头的，大家介绍咱的菜市啊。网络的，嘿，可能是欧洲还是美国啊？网络上，嘿，网络上的，哦。OK， 食饱未？食饱未 means have you got something to eat? It's a greeting word in Taiwan. Okay, so actually here is filled with the smell of garlics. So as you can see here. There are so many garlics in different size, chopped and a grind one. So we use this to make a paste, to make a soy sauce paste, okay? And then you can stir fry for different function. Okay, so why they have this different size. Actually, the morning market plays a very important role in our daily life in the city. So, so he is curious about why I'm speaking English, because I'm introducing you guys the morning market. Okay, actually we speak Taiwanese to each other. Okay, so in the daily life, the housewives will come here to buy this ingredient for cooking. But not only housewives, but also some restaurants, some local delicacies, the vendors will also come here to buy these ingredients to prepare food for tourists. So next time when you go to any city, if you are able to eat some local delicacies, remember you get to think how these ingredients comes from. A lot of these ingredients comes from morning market. But before morning market, maybe that's from a farm. So morning market always plays a role in between city and village to connect the city and the village. So that's why we bring you guys to morning market to know more about local lifestyle and also to know more about these masters and to know where the food comes from, the food miles. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, so during COVID-19 pandemic, actually if you want to buy some vegetables, not only you come here in person, but also you can do through the website or through the messengers, you can buy your ingredients, so they will send this to your home as well. So we have this new service during the pandemic. Okay? All right, so any question? All right, so next, I will show you the knife museum in this morning market. Okay, let's go. Okay, so actually this building in the past, it was a department store. So we were just in the underground. That was the fresh ingredient section. But now we are in the first floor. As you can see, later on we are going to this knife shop. I call this knife shop Knife Museum. Why it's Knife Museum? So let's check it out to have a look. Hi, as you can see now, this window, there are so many knives here. How many do you know? Do you know this one? Okay, this round one, a little bit black color and then silver color. Do you know what's this for? Okay, maybe if you go for a butcher shop, you will see the butcher use this one to cut meat. And then there's a saying, because the master told me, one of the best knife you can use for more than 50 years, which is like this one. Okay, when a big knife it got blunt, you just need to sharpen this. And then the more you sharpen, the smaller it becomes. So you become from this one, and then to become the smaller one, and then it could be more than 50 years. So you can still use this one, but use for different parts of the meat. Okay. And then I have a question for you guys. This one is a curve, but this one is also black and silver, but this is a square, the shape of a square. Do you know what the difference is between this one, square one, and the curved one? Okay, maybe some of you already know that. We use this for cut, because you need to cut deeper, you need a curve. But if you use this square one, we use this to chop. So this one is thicker. So when we chop the bone or the leg, it's supposed to be very thick, so you will not break. Okay, so we can tell different size for different function. Okay, and from this window, we can know more a little bit about the world, how the world it is. So do you know this one? If you like Japanese food, maybe you know this one. Normally, sashimi master will use this to cut raw fish sashimi. So this is from Japan. And then we also have this knife from Germany. Okay, so maybe cut the bread, we use this one. And then have you ever seen the knife with two handles? Okay, this one. I think in Europe, you guys use a lot of this one to cut herbs or nougat or pizza. Okay, so different culture have different way to use tools. So in Taiwan, we use the knife. We can cut the tofu into a noodle. Just use this the same knife. But maybe in Western culture, different meat, different noodle, different herbs will use different tools, different knives. So Western and Eastern have a different knowledge for cutting knives. Okay, all right. So now I show you these knives. But for me, because I'm a farmer, I produce purple rice in Yilan. So I have another more inspiration from this knife shop or knife museum, because when we are talking about food miles, food from the farm to fork. So before they come to fork, they were in the farm. So but morning market is always in the between farm and the fork. So why we can find this hint. Follow me, I'll show you more about farming tools in this knife shop. As you can see now, there are plow, forks here, some knives here. So how many can you recognize? Okay, so actually farming is very interesting. How interesting? If you can use fork and then this plow properly, then you can do everything for farming, because farmer need fork and the plow. Okay, the plow is to dig the soil underground to the above, and then we need to make this soil become small pieces. We use forks. So when the soil become very tiny pieces, then the fresh air will go in, then a microorganism will grow, so they will release some natural fertilizer for the vegetables, so it becomes an ecosystem. So if you are able to make soil into tiny pieces and more soft, then you will be a good farmer. Okay, so for me, of course we know plow and forks, and then for all these knives, guys, do you know what's this one? If you try teppanyaki, the stir fry, a hot pan stir fry, sometimes we see something similar to this one. Actually, this one is used to dig the bamboo shoot. Okay, so we use this one to dig the bamboo shoot. Okay, so different tools have different way for your farming purpose. Okay, so but in this knife shop, why I emphasize that knife shops plays an important role to connect rural area to village to the city, because as you can see, farming tools here, and then for the fork, for the kitchen ware, we can see another window. So next time you come here, I will also show you this one, this knife shop, why it plays a very important role from the past until now. I believe in your traditional market, you can also find this knife shop in your morning market, in your traditional market. So remember, next time you can also to see what knives here it is, what tools they are using. And then remember, sometimes maybe you will see farmers also sharpening their plows or forks here in this knife shop. All right, so any questions so far? All right, so if you have any questions, of course, it's better next time you are able to come to Yilan, come to Taiwan, and I will show you in person to visit this night shop and also this morning market.